Sean, you and I don't get out of Las Vegas enough, but if you
Yeah.
travel just a few hours north in Nevada to a little town called Fallon, you will see, first off, a beautiful agricultural area, and you will also surely drive right by Frey Ranch Distillery.
Absolutely. Colby Frey, he joins us now. He's the co-founder of Colby Ranch, Frey Ranch Distillery joins us now. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing very well. Love the branding, by the
Great.
way, on the hat and everything, looking good. Let's
Oh, thank
Nice.
you.
let's talk about your distillery because I mean, your family's been farming now in Nevada for a couple years. How long has it been?
Yeah, we've been farming in Nevada since 1854. So keep in mind, Nevada didn't become a state until 1864.
64, yeah.
Yeah.
So you
So
you that's amazing.
yeah, long time.
There we go.
So I love being a farmer. That's what I wanted to do my whole life. And we decided that having a distillery was the best way to showcase the grains that we grow right here on the ranch. And so we grow them all in a way that encourages quality, not necessarily
Mm.
quantity. And so that's what I love about it. It's really a true expression of me and my family and what we can do here in the driest state in the nation.
No question.
I tell you, it is certainly something to be very proud of. It's incredible what you're doing, and you're doing the whole process. You're not just growing the grain and letting someone else, turn it into whiskey or bourbon. You're going from ground to glass. What does that term mean?
Oh, we coined that term because it's truly who we are. We grow everything from the ground and we have total control over it until we put it in the bottle and you take it home. So, like in the tasting room, we tell everybody that none of the ingredients have ever left our possession until you take them home. And so it really means a lot to us because we have total control. We know that no corners were cut. We know how the grains were grown. We know that they were grown in an efficient and sustainable way. We know that how the whiskey was made, it was aged properly. From the beginning, we said we don't want to cut any corners. We want to do whatever it takes to create the best quality whiskeys that we can.
No question about it. Well, let's
Mm.
talk about where we can actually get our hands on this. I mean, we could drive up north towards Reno, or we could probably find it in a store near us, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so in Las Vegas, we're in Lee's, Liquor World, Total Wine, Trader Joe's, and
Oh my gosh.
we were in 300 on-premise locations, restaurants and bars and everything
Wow.
else. And we just released in Las Vegas in February, and so they're all unfortunately shut down right now. And so, but man, we're really fortunate to have such an
Oh.
amazing, reception in our home state here. We love Nevada, and that's who we are.
It's funny because in one way, it's challenging that you released your product during this time, but on the other hand, it's a great time for a cocktail. So
Yeah.
you just named all the major liquor stores here in Vegas, basically. What makes your whiskey so special?
So our whiskey is a 4 grain. 100% of the grains were grown here on the ranch. So our bourbon that we have available right now is 66% corn, and then the remainder is wheat, rye, and barley. And we even malt the barley right on site here. And all of the grains are grown in a way that encourages quality, not necessarily quantity. And as farmers, typically we're going for quantity,
Of course.
but we want to do whatever it takes to get the best quality so that we can have a better product. There's a saying in the wine industry that carries over to anything that you can't make good wine out of bad grapes. And it's like that with anything. The
Yeah.
better inputs you start off with, the better outputs you end up with.
No question. And it's actually
Okay.
you welcome people to come by the ranch for ourselves and actually take a tour, don't you?
Mm.
Absolutely. And so right now we're open every Saturday from noon to 4. And you can come right here to the ranch. Usually we were giving tours and free tastings every Saturday. Right now we're just doing curbside until the governor lifts some more restrictions. But, we'd love to have everybody come out.
Hey, a little curbside bourbon sounds fun to me. I'm kind of fascinated. I have to say, 165 years of farming in this country. That is truly a legacy. That's awesome. I'm curious do you have any siblings who are doing this with you? Or are you doing this solo? Is your family helping out? Who's all on the team?
It does take a whole family, but it's really my parents have helped us tremendously, and my wife is amazing and works right here on the ranch with us. And then we have an amazing team on the farm here. But what's really important and why having that many years of experience is because everywhere you go in the world, farming is different. And so there's different soil types,
Yeah.
different climates, different water,
Hmm.
sources, everything. And so we passed on from generation to generation how to grow the crops in the best way possible, right here in our specific climate. And so that's really important, because if I did what I do here in Nebraska, I'd probably fail miserably. So we're really fortunate to have that legacy of a family, that passed on from generation to generation what to do and how to do it in a right and sustainable way. On our bottles, we actually have engraved on the bottom, it says, "Be good to the land, and the land will be good to you." And it's really the foundation of our entire farming, lifestyle. Because if we don't take care of our climate, and we don't take care of our soil, and we don't take care of our area here, we don't have a future as farmers. And so I was really fortunate that my family did a great job of preserving the ground and giving it to me in better condition than they got it in. And that's my goal, is to give it to my kids in better condition than I got it in. And hopefully it'll continue on that way.
That should be the goal of every farmer and every person. Not always the case, but I'm glad to hear that's coming from you. And tell Ashley, by the way, the co-founder, then your wife as well, that we said hello, and we thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on all the success, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, listen, you want to check it out, FreyaRanch.com. They're located. They have their product in a whole bunch of locations, the Lee's Discount Liquor and Liquor World, and in restaurants as well. So make sure that you ask for some of their delicious whiskey, and you will be a happy person for it.
That's right. Freya Ranch Distillery, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.